Bacteria are among the most fascinating and important living things on Earth, yet they are so tiny that we cannot see them without special equipment. These microscopic organisms have existed for billions of years and play crucial roles in almost every aspect of life on our planet. Understanding bacteria helps us appreciate both their incredible benefits and the challenges they can create for human health and society. The discovery of bacteria began in the 17th century with a curious Dutch scientist named Antonie van Leeuwenhoek. He was not a professional scientist, but worked as a cloth merchant who had a hobby of making microscopes. Van Leeuwenhoek created some of the most powerful microscopes of his time, which could magnify objects up to 300 times their original size. In 1676, he became the first person to observe and describe bacteria when he examined water, dental plaque, and other samples under his microscopes. He called these tiny moving creatures animalcules, which means little animals in Latin. His detailed letters to the Royal Society of London described these mysterious microorganisms that seemed to swim and move in ways he had never seen before. However, it took nearly 200 more years before scientists truly understood what bacteria were and how they worked. In the 1860s, French scientist Louis Pasteur proved that bacteria caused many diseases and that they could be killed by heat. This discovery led to the process called pasteurization, which is still used today to make milk and other foods safe to drink and eat. Around the same time, German scientist Robert Koch developed methods to study individual types of bacteria and proved that specific bacteria caused specific diseases. These discoveries changed medicine forever and saved millions of lives. Bacteria come in many different shapes and sizes, though they are all extremely small. Scientists classify bacteria into several main groups based on their appearance. The most common shapes are spherical bacteria called cocci, which look like tiny balls. Rod-shaped bacteria are called bacilli and appear like microscopic cylinders. Spiral-shaped bacteria called spirilla twist like corkscrews. Some bacteria live alone, while others form chains, clusters, or other patterns when they grow together. What makes bacteria truly special is their incredible diversity and ability to survive in almost any environment on Earth. Some bacteria live in freezing cold places like Antarctica, while others thrive in extremely hot environments such as volcanic springs where the temperature can reach over 100 degrees Celsius. Certain bacteria can survive without oxygen, living deep underground or in the bottom of oceans. Others need oxygen to live, just like humans do. Some bacteria can even survive in space or in highly radioactive environments that would kill most other living things. The benefits that bacteria provide to our world are enormous and often surprising. In our bodies, trillions of helpful bacteria live in our intestines and help us digest food properly. These good bacteria, sometimes called probiotics, also protect us from harmful bacteria by competing with them for space and nutrients. Without these friendly bacteria, we would have serious problems with our digestion and immune system. Bacteria play essential roles in agriculture and food production. Many bacteria in soil help plants grow by breaking down dead material and creating nutrients that plants need. Some bacteria can even take nitrogen from the air and convert it into forms that plants can use, which is especially important for crops like beans and peas. In food production, specific bacteria are used to make yogurt, cheese, pickles, and many other foods we enjoy. The process of fermentation, which bacteria help create, has been used by humans for thousands of years to preserve food and create new flavors. Environmental cleanup is another area where bacteria show their value. Scientists have discovered bacteria that can eat oil spills, helping to clean up environmental disasters. Other bacteria can break down plastic waste, offering hope for solving pollution problems. Some bacteria can remove heavy metals and other dangerous chemicals from contaminated soil and water, making these areas safe again for plants, animals, and humans. In medicine, Bacteria have become incredibly important for producing medications. Many antibiotics, which are medicines that fight bacterial infections, are actually made by other bacteria. Scientists have also learned to use bacteria as tiny factories to produce insulin for diabetic patients, vaccines to prevent diseases, and other important medicines. This process, called biotechnology, has revolutionized modern medicine and continues to offer new possibilities for treating diseases. However, bacteria can also cause significant problems and dangers. Pathogenic bacteria, which means disease-causing bacteria, are responsible for many serious illnesses. Food poisoning often results from harmful bacteria like Salmonella or E. coli that contaminate food or water. These bacteria can cause stomach pain, nausea, diarrhea, and in severe cases can even be life-threatening. Proper food handling, cooking, and hygiene are essential to prevent these bacterial infections. Some bacterial diseases have shaped human history. The bubonic plague, caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, killed millions of people in Europe during the Middle Ages. Tuberculosis, caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis, was once a leading cause of death worldwide. Cholera outbreaks caused by Vibrio cholerae have affected communities throughout history, especially in areas with poor sanitation. While modern medicine has greatly reduced the impact of these diseases, they still pose challenges in some parts of the world. One of the most concerning problems with bacteria today is antibiotic resistance. This happens when bacteria change and become able to survive treatments that used to kill them. When people use antibiotics incorrectly or too frequently, bacteria can develop resistance to these medicines. This creates superbugs that are very difficult to treat and can cause serious infections in hospitals and communities. Scientists and doctors are working hard to develop new antibiotics and encourage proper use of existing ones to fight this growing problem. Bacteria reproduce incredibly quickly, which is both fascinating and sometimes problematic. Under ideal conditions, some bacteria can divide and create a copy of themselves every 20 minutes. This means that one bacterium can become over 16 million bacteria in just 8 hours. This rapid reproduction helps explain why bacterial infections can develop so quickly and why food can spoil fast if not stored properly. Some amazing facts about bacteria might surprise you. The total weight of all bacteria on Earth is estimated to be greater than the weight of all plants and animals combined. Bacteria have been found living more than 3 kilometers underground and in clouds high in the atmosphere. Some bacteria can produce light through a process called bioluminescence, creating glowing effects in oceans and other environments. Certain bacteria can survive being completely dried out for years and then come back to life when water is added. Scientists continue to discover new types of bacteria regularly. They estimate that less than 1% of all bacterial species have been identified and studied. Each new discovery brings possibilities for new medicines, environmental solutions, or better understanding of life on Earth. Some researchers believe that studying bacteria might even help us understand how life could exist on other planets. The relationship between humans and bacteria is complex and will continue to evolve. While we must remain careful about harmful bacteria and continue developing ways to prevent and treat bacterial diseases, we also need to appreciate and protect the beneficial bacteria that make life on Earth possible. As our knowledge of bacteria grows, we find new ways to use their amazing abilities to solve problems and improve human life while respecting their important role in the natural world.